This is going to blow your mind. What's really happening behind Canada's F-35 fighter jet deal? Welcome to Neo Universus. Please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon for more updates. Canada's plan to buy new fighter jets faces another crossroads. The $19 billion deal for 88 F-35s is under review by Ottawa's new government. The US warns Canada's hesitation could threaten North American security. The F-35 saga began in 2010, with promises to buy, cancel, and buy again. The F-35 is praised as the world's most advanced fighter, vital for NATO and NORAD. Critics point to cost overruns and delays, arguing the deal favors US interests. This debate is about more than jets, it's about Canada's sovereignty and its US alliance. The outcome will shape North American defense for years to come. The US has issued a clear warning: if Canada backs out of the F-35 order, there will be consequences for the NORAD alliance. Ambassador Pete Hoekstra insists that seamless defense of North America requires both countries to fly the same jet. The F-35, he argues, is the backbone of joint operations. Different aircraft would mean separate training, supply chains, and maintenance, creating dangerous gaps in defense. These warnings come amid rising trade tensions, with US tariffs on Canadian aluminum, ironically a key F-35 material. Some in Canada see this as economic pressure disguised as security concerns, protecting a lucrative US contract. The US message, a shared threat demands a shared solution, and the F-35 is that solution. Military officials call the idea of Canada flying a different jet, like the Swedish Gripen, a logistical nightmare. For Canadian defense experts, this feels like an ultimatum: choose the F-35 or risk the alliance. The debate now goes beyond aircraft performance. It's about Canada's role in North America. Is Canada a sovereign partner, or expected to follow Washington's lead? The answer will define the future of the US-Canada defense relationship. The pressure is on, and the world is watching. Canada's choice will echo far beyond its air force. The alliance itself is on the line. The F-35 is more than a fighter jet. It's a flying supercomputer, designed for stealth, advanced sensors, and instant data sharing. It acts as a quarterback in the sky, coordinating allied forces and forming the core of future air power for the US and NATO. The logic, a common platform, means seamless operations, secure communications, and unified response, vital for NORAD missions. But the F-35's cutting-edge tech comes at a steep price. A 2025 US report found the Block 4 upgrade Canada wants is $6 billion over budget and 5 years late. Full combat capability may not arrive until 2031 or later, and recent deliveries have been delayed by months. These aren't minor setbacks, they raise real questions about reliability and value. The F-35's main role in North America is deterrence and rapid response, especially in the Arctic against Russian threats. The US insists only the F-35 can handle these challenges. Critics argue Canada is paying a premium for a jet that may not be ready when needed. The decision is about more than hardware. It's about trust, timing, and the future of continental defense. Canada's choice will impact NORAD's effectiveness for decades. The stakes couldn't be higher. The F-35 debate is about security, sovereignty, and strategy. Canada's F-35 review is driven by ballooning costs and persistent delays. What started as a straightforward procurement has become a complex debate, with every new report raising more questions than answers. The price tag has soared to nearly $28 billion, with lifetime costs estimated at over $750 million per jet. These numbers have alarmed both politicians and the public, fueling calls for greater transparency and accountability. Delays at Lockheed Martin mean Canada could receive jets that aren't fully combat-ready for years. Each setback pushes the timeline further, leaving the Royal Canadian Air Force in a holding pattern. Ottawa is questioning whether the F-35 still offers value for taxpayers. The debate has spilled into the public, with citizens and advocacy groups demanding answers. A mixed fleet proposal has emerged: keep the first 16 F-35s, cancel the rest, and buy a more affordable jet like the Saab Gripen. This idea is gaining traction among analysts and some lawmakers. Supporters say this compromise gives Canada high-end stealth for key missions, while filling out the fleet with a reliable workhorse. Critics, however, warn it could complicate logistics and training. The review, ordered by Prime Minister Carney, has missed its deadline, deepening uncertainty for the military. The lack of a clear decision is causing frustration at every level. Every month without a decision means Canada's aging CF-18s remain in service, stretching their capabilities and increasing maintenance costs. The risk of technical failures grows with each passing year. The government is caught between U.S. pressure and domestic concerns. Washington wants Canada to stick with the F-35, while at home, skepticism is mounting. The clock is ticking on Canada's air defense. With every delay, the stakes get higher, and the nation's security hangs in the balance. As the F-35 deal stalls, the Swedish Saab Gripen E has become a serious contender. The Gripen is reliable, affordable, and easier to maintain, with a projected lifetime cost far below the F-35. Saab's offer includes building the jets in Canada, creating high-tech jobs, and a domestic aerospace hub. This addresses a key criticism of the F-35 deal. Canadian companies get no guaranteed work. The Gripen promises industrial independence and technological sovereignty. But there's a catch. The Gripen isn't integrated into the US-led F-35 network, raising interoperability concerns. A mixed fleet would mean managing two logistics and training systems, which critics call inefficient and risky for defense. The F-35 means deeper US integration. The Gripen means more Canadian control. In August 2025, Canada and Sweden signed a new Arctic defense agreement, signaling serious interest in the Gripen. The choice is strategic alliance or autonomy, cost or capability. Canada's next move will define its defense future. The world is watching. The F-35 debate is now a battle over Canadian sovereignty. Critics fear buying the US jet makes Canada dependent on American-controlled software and maintenance. The risk Washington could restrict updates or ground the fleet in a political dispute. The Trump administration's hardline tactics have amplified these concerns. Security is at stake. NORAD's mission is to defend North America, and the US insists only the F-35 is up to the task. If Canada chooses another jet and a security incident occurs, the fallout could be severe. Economically, the F-35 program brings contracts to Canadian firms, but there are no guarantees. US tariffs on Canadian aluminum add to the tension. The Gripen promises guaranteed jobs and a Canadian production line. Direct benefits the F-35 can't match. The government must weigh existing F-35 work against the promise of a new domestic industry. Experts are divided. Some urge caution over US reliability and costs, others say Canada can't risk weakening its alliance. The public remains skeptical of the price and wary of US pressure. The decision is about more than jets. It's about Canada's independence and security. The stakes have never been higher. As of September 2025, Canada faces a defining choice. One path: buy all 88 F-35s, appease the US, and ensure maximum interoperability, but at a huge cost and with greater dependence on Washington. The other, a mixed fleet, keeping some F-35s and adding Gripens, balancing high-end capability with affordability and domestic jobs. This risks US anger, possible changes to NORAD, and new trade tensions. The final decision is overdue, and US officials warn of swift consequences if Canada alters the deal. The Trump administration has shown it's willing to play hardball with allies. This is about more than jets. It's about the US-Canada relationship and Canada's vision for its future. Will Canada deepen its integration with the US or seek more independence? The outcome will shape North American defense, jobs, and industry for decades. As the world watches, the alliance is at a crossroads. The skies over North America are filled with questions, not answers. Canada's decision will echo for generations. The future of the continent's security hangs in the balance.